Katie Sartoris, the host of the Lake Report and community editor with the Daily Commercial. Thanks for joining us for this week's show. We have a lot to cover over the next half hour, so let's get started with a quick recap of some of this week's local news. More than 250,000 people have gotten their COVID-19 vaccine in Lake and Sumter counties. The vaccination site at the Lake Square Mall is now only open for walk-in appointments for second dose shots. And if you need your second dose, you'd better hurry. Last call for the second dose of the Pfizer vaccine at the mall is May 25th. This week, Governor Ron DeSantis signed an executive order canceling all states of emergency related to COVID-19, as well as any local mask mandates. Now cities are grappling with what exactly is in their purview. On Wednesday, Mount Dora announced that the city will no longer require businesses to require masks, as mandated by the governor's order. While Mount Dora will still continue to request the use of masks on city property, the council will be taking up a new mask resolution to be heard at their May 18th meeting. DeSantis' order also doesn't apply to businesses themselves, so businesses that require masks on their own properties are still free to do so. Meanwhile, Leesburg's mask ordinance, which doesn't mandate mask usage but encourages residents to wear masks and social distance, is still on the books. And while DeSantis' order didn't apply to schools, the Lake County School District, which is currently requiring masks in school, told the Daily Commercial this week they were reviewing the order. Longtime downtown Leesburg business owner and veteran Jim Calvin died recently. Calvin, who owned Underwater Adventures on Magnolia Street, was a well-loved and respected figure in Leesburg. Family and friends remember him fondly and celebrated his life on Friday evening. In the sports world, former Lake Minneola High School golf standout Jonathan Yon is one step closer to playing in a national championship. Yon tied for first at last week's U.S. Open local qualifying tournament at Mission Inn Resort and Club. His top honors earned him a spot in sectional qualifying in June. Good luck, Jonathan. And of course, for more local news, be sure to check out dailycommercial.com and like and follow us on Facebook. Lake County first responders participated in active shooter training in Claremont this week, where multiple agencies came together, including Lake County Sheriff's Office and Leesburg Police and Fire Departments, to prepare in case of an emergency. Here's Cindy Peterson with the story.
Lake County first responders from multiple agencies came together to participate in active shooter training this week, where they had to navigate through real-life situations that were simulated through state-of-the-art technology provided by the Department of Homeland Security and FEMA. As they rotated through different roles, they had to work together to apprehend the suspects, get the civilians to safety, and transport the injured.
Today, everyone is here participating in an opportunity for an active shooter class. So we have most of the county's first responders here, to include our 911 dispatchers, law enforcement, fire, EMS. We have public information personnel, emergency management. So it's a great opportunity for everyone to train together. We have different agencies that are here participating. If we have an incident like this in the county, it's going to take all of us. There's not one specific agency that can do this on their own. So we have everyone here working together, learning together, training together, because God forbid we ever have that call, then they're all going to respond together.
Because these situations in real life are intense, the department said it was important to practice so that if a situation ever arises, they won't waste time, they will be ready.
So we had the opportunity to come down and participate in a multi-jurisdictional training. That doesn't happen often. When it does, it really gives us the opportunity to work with our brothers and sisters on a multi-level, right? Not only with the Sheriff's Office here in Lake County, but also with the local and regional fire offices. Anytime that there's an upscale incident such as this, where it requires a taxing on the resources that we have, it's good to be able to get out here and actually train and see how their agencies focus and their functions. So that was good. Just being able to use the technology, right, versus having to bring a bunch of resources and training gear out here. We're able to do it virtually and get a greater overall perspective, move to multiple different scenes, critical incident scenes, very swiftly, and it's you get a lot of bang for your buck.
The highly sought-after training took more than 2 years to come to Lake County, as the waiting list is nearly 100 agencies long.
So today I've been assigned to response team and then also a contact team, which means the contact team would be the first one that's actually on scene for the shooter. So we were actually the first people that were on scene. And then we had to go, based on the information, to the mall, which is just a setup scenario.
Right.
Go to the mall and then actually find the shooters. So there were 4 of us on the contact team. There were 3 active shooters, and our contact team got all 3 of the shooters in that one. I've been in other trainings that have been more hands-on at a school, but you don't realize until you see everybody in their individual places how actually manpower intensive that it is, and how each person has a different job that they're doing, and it's so different from what being a contact team than being the coordinator over it, or being a commander over it, or running sending out teams, or in this scenario we had 2 different locations, so that had to be split. So you don't realize how manpower intensive it is till you see it all in one room, because we're used to seeing it spread out when we do these things. So it was awesome, really awesome.
Reporting for Lakefront TV, I'm Cindy Peterson.
Thanks, Cindy, for that report. It's good to know if an emergency happens, our first responders are ready. Coming up next, an up-close interview with City of Leesburg's Gas Department Director Jack Rogers as he prepares for his retirement after 40 years. He shares his inspirational story with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Lake Report. We hope you're enjoying our show. If you have a story idea, please shoot us an email to lakefront@leesburgflorida.gov. Also be sure to follow Lakefront TV on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We say goodbye to Leesburg's Director of Gas, Jack Roberts, who is retiring after 40 years of service. Let's take a look at his journey.
The City of Leesburg is saying goodbye to Jack Rogers, the city's Director of Natural Gas, who has worked with the department for the last 42 years.
I started work in 1979 as a gas service technician. We did gas turn-ons and responded to gas leaks and customer issues and so on. Stayed in that position for about 21 years, and when our gas superintendent retired, I moved into that position, and that was in 2000. And then was in that position until 2006, and at that point, city management determined that the department had grown large enough that we would be separated. So when I first started here, we were the gas and water department, and as the system grew, they felt like it was a good idea to separate the department and make it a standalone department, and they asked if I'd direct the department from that point on.
Over the years, Jack has been a part of the city's major projects with development, and as with any job, that includes the good times and the not so good times.
Probably one of the more difficult times we went through was, I believe it was probably in 2003, we had a contractor dig into one of our high pressure gas mains, and it fortunately, thankfully there was no injuries, but it cut gas service off to about 3,000 of our customers south of Leesburg. And so every one of those customers had to be shut off, locked off. We had to purge all the air out of the lines and then relight everybody. We brought in gas companies from all over the state to assist us, and within about 4 days we had the full gas service restored to everybody, all pilots relit, and everybody was back in service. But it was stressful in that, number one, the situation was dangerous to begin with, and number two is trying to coordinate that many people from outside of town to where they weren't stepping on each other, and coordinating with maps and areas to go into, and trying to get everything done as efficiently and quickly as we could. So it worked out very well for us. We thought 4 days to restore that many customers was a pretty good accomplishment. So felt good when it was over. It was very stressful during the time. Aside from that, just the growth of the system. When I came in, we had about 3,000 gas customers. We're pushing right at 13,000 now, and we're growing at about 3,000 new customers a year. So the system has really grown. We had the opportunity to, up until about 2 years ago, we had one feed coming into the city of Leesburg, which is kind of typical across the state of Florida, and we were taking all of our gas from Florida Gas Transmission, and about 2 years ago we made a connection to the Sable Trail gas system, which came through west and south of Leesburg. So we now have a double feed in Leesburg, which gives us redundancy in case of emergencies, and also gives us a lot of gas feed for future customers that are coming online. So it was a major accomplishment for the department and for the city as a whole.
However, Jack is proud at all that Leesburg has accomplished.
We feel good also that the city of Leesburg has been able to maintain some of the lowest gas rates in the entire state of Florida. So despite our growth, because our people operate so efficiently and do such a good job, we're able to keep costs down. And as I said, we have some very low gas rates, which is great for our customers and taxpayers here. We've expanded from when I came to Leesburg. We were serving just basically the corporate limits of Leesburg and the city of Fruitland Park. We've now expanded to the Haynes Creek area, which is out behind the mall, all the way out to the Coleman Federal Prison out in Sumter County, and all the way south to Royal Highlands, 7 or 8 miles south of Leesburg. And we've also secured a relationship with the villages, which is a major accomplishment for the city of Leesburg. It's we're growing at a rapid rate by installing natural gas in the villages, so we feel really good about that also.
Jack is looking forward to spending more time with his family and doing some traveling while they are all still in good health. And although he isn't set to retire until November, the city is already making plans on how to fill his position.
So there's a few things in the course of being the city manager of Leesburg, Florida, that gets my hair on fire. One of them is when people like Jack Rogers submit their resignation. I still have my hair. I'm surviving, but that was a big one. So just to say a few words about Jack, obviously 40 years of service. Very much recently, he'll remind you of how much service he has. But Jack has been a completely reliable, steady, great department head, great person to run our gas system. The past few years, I think Jack and I have done a lot to set the gas system up for future years with the Villages gas agreement. The gas department is one in the 7 years that I've been here I've never worried about. And there was a lot to worry about, and Jack took care of it. So Jack is almost an unreplaceable department head. But most of all about Jack, besides his great service and how good he's done at the job, Jack has been Jack's a good guy and a good person, and Jack's going to be missed.
I've been there since 2006, so, and looking forward to retirement. That's been a great place to work, but looking forward to spending time with the grandkids and the wife and doing some traveling.
Reporting for Lakefront TV, I'm Cindy Peterson.
We wish you the very best, Jack. Thanks for sharing your story with us. Next on the Lake Report, we explore some of the fun events taking place at the Leesburg Public Library. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. You know, the Leesburg Public Library always has a full schedule of fun activities and events for kids and adults alike. Let's check in with Deb Bussinger to see what's up.
Hi, I'm Deb Bussinger from the Leesburg Public Library. I am the program coordinator here, and we're going to give you some updates on what's happening at the library. First up, for the month of May, we are running Food for Fines. This program allows you to waive $1 off your overdue fines at the library for each food item or a pet item that you bring in and donate to the Leesburg Food Bank. If you don't have any fines, any overdue fines, good job, but you can donate that amount anonymously to a family or a person who does have overdue fines. It's a win-win situation. We are able to donate hundreds of pounds to Leesburg Food Bank every year. Next, let's hear from Courtney about what's going on in the youth department.
Thanks, Deb. All right, I'm gonna tell you everything that's going on in youth, and one of the biggest things that we're doing coming up is our summer library program. This year we are doing Tales in Tales, that's T-A-I-L-S. We're going to be having a lot of fun animal adventures, and one of the biggest things we're doing with that is Page Turner Adventures. They are returning with us this summer for another 8-week-long virtual adventure. They will be having something new every weekday, Monday through Friday. You can get access to Page Turner Adventures through our Facebook page. We will be putting the link out every day, and you will need some login information for that, and we will be putting that out through flyers and on our Facebook page as we get closer to summer. That will be from June 7th to August 2nd. The other really big thing we're doing this summer for our summer library program is prize drawings. We'll be having several prizes to give away, and you can win those just by using your library card. You come into the library, check some stuff out, and your name gets entered into one of our 3 prize drawings. And we'll have a new prize every week. And you can put your name in every day just by using your library card. We also have our virtual escape rooms. We've been putting our virtual escape rooms out for the past year. We have over a dozen already available. You can access those through our Facebook page, but we have a new one coming out this summer on June 22nd, and it is Sunken Voyage. You can play that anytime this summer, and if you complete any escape room, you can receive a library escape room brag tag. We will be continuing a lot of our virtual programming, including Family Crafters, Teen Toad, and Storytime Online, but we also have a new virtual program called Picasso to Go. This is in partnership with the school Create Conservatory, and they are STEAM integrated projects. We have STEAM kits that you can pick up here at the library, and then a short art lesson will be available on our Facebook page. We also have 2 in-person programs that will be going on this summer. We have our Reader of the Pack, that is every Thursday from 2 to 4, where you can come in and read to our Pause Therapy dogs. We will also be starting our Game On program, where teens ages 13 to 18 can come into the library and play on our PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. That will be every Wednesday starting June 9th from 2 to 4. And that is everything that is going on in the youth department this summer. Deb, I give it back to you.
Thanks, Courtney. And adults, about the summer reading program, I want you to know that you're going to be able to enjoy 2. Every week, look at our Facebook page. You'll look at your email that you receive on Saturdays to find out the adventures that you'll be going on. We recently wrapped up our One Book, One Community program, where we gave over 900 books of the book Home Sweet Motel to 3rd and 4th graders in the community in the Leesburg area. Many schools were involved, and the Orlando Sentinel was our partner on providing the books free to the community for a community read. The One Book, One Community program is important because it fosters literacy skills and a shared reading experience for all ages in our community. That we still do have the book available for borrowing through the library, and that it's the first book in a series of 3. So if you enjoyed the book, please make sure to ask us for the next 2 books. We have them here for you. When you finish reading your book, make sure to come into the library and receive your brag tag. For more information about events that are happening at the library, please see our calendar at leesburgflorida.gov/library. Also, one great way to know what's happening here is to receive our weekly e-newsletter. It comes out on Saturday mornings. If you're not already receiving that and would like to, send your request to librarian@leesburgflorida.gov. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you at the library.
Thanks, Deb. As always, we can't thank the library enough for all they do for our city. For a complete list of events, check out mylakelibrary.org. When we come back, did you know there's a new restaurant in Leesburg? We'll explore the divine soul food experience. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Lake Report. You know, everyone hears about the football player or baseball player that signs on to go to college. Well, on this week's Rutland Rundown, we take a look at the most recent signing out of Lake County, Eustis High School swimmer Mia Yo. Mia dominated the high school and club swimming scene through her youth and will now continue that path in college. Here's her story.
Hi, Lake County. I'm your host, Rashawn Rutland, and you're watching the Rutland Rundown. On today's edition, we'll be speaking to Mia Yo, a student athlete at Eustis High School, a head of Studio 126, and a St. Louis University commit. So tell us a little about yourself.
So I'm Mia Yo. I'm a senior here at Eustis High School. I've been swimming for 14 years. I help out and work at my local theater. I'm a studio head here, and I'm always busy, constantly doing stuff.
And what are you most looking forward to in college?
Probably just getting to study more of what I'm interested in and not so much being forced to study things that I don't love. I really love aerospace engineering kind of topics, so I'm really excited for that. And I'm also really excited to swim D1. It's been a big goal of mine for a long time, and I'm super excited to get to see what it's like and to have a new challenge in my life. I'm really excited for that.
And what advice would you give to upcoming swimmers?
Any advice I would give to a new swimmer is to stick with it. It's going to get really hard at one point, and it could last for years. It's going to be difficult, but as long as you keep going, I promise you're going to overcome that challenge, and you're going to end up with more success than you ever imagined when you were younger.
And what is your daily schedule like?
On a normal busy day, my schedule is pretty crazy. So I'll go and get up, go to the gym in the morning, obviously, and then I come to school. After school, I usually go to practice, and then straight from practice, I go to work. And then once I'm at home from work, then I do homework and everything else that needs to get done for the night.
And what are your plans after high school?
After high school, I'm going to St. Louis University. I'm going to swim there, and I'm going to major in aerospace engineering. My ultimate goal is to be an astronaut, so that's what we're working towards.
Thank you for your time, Mia, and we'll see you guys next time on the Relevant Rundown.
We wish Mia the very best. Switching gears, there's a new soul food restaurant that just opened in Leesburg this week. So if you're craving some Southern-style home cooking, check out Divine Soul Food Experience, where they claim a taste of soul that will make you finish the bowl. Here's Cindy Peterson with the story.
Divine Soul Food Experience opened in Leesburg last week, and word spread fast as people lined up to get their hands on some Southern-style home cooking.
Divine Soul Food Experience is a homemade Southern tradition that came from my grandmother, Itone Kessler. Her recipes, she taught us how to cook, and she taught us how to make sure that everyone is having a great time while they're eating. That's why we use the word experience, because we want people to enjoy themselves while they're dining in.
Raheem recently moved to Leesburg and decided to bring some Southern hospitality to the area by opening his first restaurant, a dream he has had since childhood.
It was a dream of mine, and I wanted to do it before I turned 30. And I turned 30 July 2nd this year. So I accomplished a big goal of mine. This has been on my list since I was 11.
On the menu, Raheem features breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites like fried chicken and pork chops, with daily specials including ribs, meatloaf, and oxtails.
All of our foods are homemade. Our collard greens made fresh with turkey, hand-picked every day, macaroni and cheese. Our desserts are pound cakes made from scratch, real butter. Our banana pudding is made on the stove. It's really good. It's one of our top sellers. And my favorite is the cheesecake. Everyone loves it. And our homemade meatloaf, our smothered pork chops made in real gravy. I love making real gravy with the flour and water. It's amazing. Now, I just learned this by being in Leesburg, that everyone loves fried tomatoes. So I found a recipe for fried tomatoes, and everyone loved the fried tomatoes. So our entrees is fried tomatoes. We have mozzarella sticks and chicken tenders. And one thing I do know that we're going to add to the menu, which is very good, is buffalo wings.
But there's one secret ingredient that Raheem says is essential for good soul food.
A taste of soul that will make you finish the bowl, and it goes back to love. I want people to understand that God is love, and we display love. No matter what you're going through, no matter what the day is, come and experience love. We want you to eat, and we want you to laugh, and we want you to experience customer service, but don't forget that you're loved. And I believe that what makes soul food is getting dirty. When you got flour on you, when you're in the kitchen, you just listen to your music, and you're cooking with love. And that is the key, doing everything in love.
The restaurant is open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, visit their Facebook page. Reporting for Lakefront TV, I'm Cindy Peterson.
Okay, Cindy, that just made me really hungry. For more information about this new restaurant in Leesburg, visit the Divine Soul Food Experience Facebook page. And for more dining destinations in the Leesburg area, log on to leesburgeats.com. Well, that's a wrap for this week's edition of the Lake Report. Until next time, be sure to get outdoors and explore. We'll see you next time.